Welcome! Today, we're diving into the world of disability reviews, what they are, why they happen, and most importantly, how you can avoid unnecessary problems. If you're receiving disability benefits, you might be wondering what could prompt a review of your case. Understanding the triggers and knowing how to prepare can help you maintain your benefits without stress. In this video, we'll break down the main reasons reviews happen, what the process looks like, and practical steps you can take to stay on track. Let's get started by understanding the basics of disability reviews. A disability review is a periodic check by the Social Security Administration, SSA, to determine if you still qualify for disability benefits. These reviews are part of the SSA's process to ensure that only eligible individuals continue to receive support. The review can be scheduled at regular intervals, or it can be triggered by certain events or changes in your situation. Understanding what a disability review entails is the first step in being prepared and avoiding unnecessary complications. There are two main types of disability reviews: continuing disability reviews, CDRs, and medical redeterminations. CDRs are routine and happen every few years, depending on your condition. Medical redeterminations are more in-depth and can occur if there's a question about your medical eligibility. Knowing which type of review you might face helps you prepare the right documentation and responses. The frequency of your disability review depends on the likelihood of your condition improving. If improvement is expected, reviews may happen every 6 to 18 months. If improvement is possible, but not predictable, reviews occur every 3 years. For conditions unlikely to improve, reviews are scheduled every 5 to 7 years. Knowing your review schedule can help you stay organized and ready for any requests from the SSA. One of the main triggers for a disability review is evidence that your medical condition has improved. If your doctor's reports or new medical records suggest that you're getting better, the SSA may initiate a review to see if you still meet the requirements for disability benefits. It's important to keep your medical records up to date and accurate, reflecting your true condition. If you return to work or report new earnings, this can trigger a disability review. The SSA monitors your income and employment status to ensure you're still eligible for benefits. Even part-time work or self-employment can prompt a review, so it's crucial to report all work activity honestly and promptly. Substantial gainful activity, SGA, is a key threshold for disability benefits. If your earnings exceed the SGA limit, the SSA may review your case to determine if you're still considered disabled. The SGA amount changes annually, so keep track of the current limit and ensure your income stays within the guidelines if you want to avoid triggering a review. The SSA regularly requests updated medical evidence to confirm your ongoing disability. If you fail to provide new medical records or your doctor's statements, this can trigger a review. Always keep your medical documentation current and respond promptly to any requests from the SSA to avoid unnecessary scrutiny. Not following your prescribed treatment plan can also trigger a disability review. The SSA expects you to comply with your doctor's recommendations unless you have a valid reason not to. If you stop treatment without explanation, the SSA may question whether your condition is truly disabling. If the information you provide to the SSA is inconsistent with your medical records or work activity, this can raise red flags and trigger a review. Always ensure that your statements, forms, and medical documentation are accurate and consistent to avoid unnecessary complications. Sometimes, third parties, such as employers, neighbors, or even anonymous sources, may report information to the SSA that contradicts your disability claim. These reports can trigger a review, so it's important to be truthful in all your dealings and maintain transparency about your condition and activities. A significant change in your living situation, such as moving to a new address, entering a care facility, or changing your household composition, can prompt a review. The SSA wants to ensure that your benefits are still appropriate for your current circumstances. Always report changes promptly to avoid misunderstandings. If you are incarcerated or face certain legal issues, the SSA may review your eligibility for disability benefits. Being in jail or prison can affect your benefits, and failing to report these changes can lead to problems. It's important to keep the SSA informed about any legal developments that could impact your case. As you age, the SSA may conduct reviews to determine if your disability status should change, especially as you approach retirement age. These reviews ensure that your benefits are still appropriate and that you transition smoothly to retirement benefits if eligible. Sometimes, reviews are simply scheduled at random or as part of the SSA's routine process. Even if nothing has changed in your situation, you may still be selected for a review. Don't panic. Being prepared and organized is the best way to handle these routine checks. When a review is triggered, the SSA will send you a notice and request updated information. You'll need to provide recent medical records, details about your daily activities, and information about any work or earnings. The SSA will evaluate your case and decide whether you still meet the criteria for disability benefits. It's crucial to respond promptly to any review notices from the SSA. Ignoring or delaying your response can result in suspension or termination of your benefits. Gather all requested documents, fill out forms accurately, and submit everything by the deadline to keep your case in good standing. Collecting thorough and up-to-date medical documentation is essential for a successful review. This includes doctor's notes, test results, treatment records, and any statements about your limitations. The more complete your records, the easier it is to demonstrate your ongoing eligibility for benefits. During a review, you may be asked to describe your daily activities and how your condition affects your ability to function. Be honest and specific, explain what you can and cannot do, and provide examples of how your disability limits your daily life. This helps the SSA understand your situation clearly. If you've worked since your last review, report all work activity, including part-time or self-employment. Provide details about your job duties, hours, and income. The SSA will use this information to determine if your work affects your eligibility for benefits. Supporting statements from family, friends, or caregivers can strengthen your case during a review. These statements should describe how your condition affects your daily life and ability to work. The SSA considers these perspectives alongside your medical records. Missing a deadline during the review process can jeopardize your benefits. If you're unable to meet a deadline, contact the SSA immediately to request an extension or explain your situation. Prompt communication can prevent unnecessary suspension of your benefits. To avoid problems during a disability review, stay organized and proactive. Keep your medical records updated, report all changes promptly, and respond quickly to SSA requests. Honesty and thorough documentation are your best defenses against unnecessary complications. Regularly attending medical appointments is crucial. Missed appointments or gaps in treatment can make it appear as though your condition has improved. Consistent care not only supports your health, but also provides the documentation needed for your review. Keep copies of all correspondence with the SSA, medical records, and any forms you submit. Organized records make it easier to respond to review requests and demonstrate your ongoing eligibility for benefits. Any changes in your health, work, or living situation should be reported to the SSA as soon as possible. Prompt reporting helps prevent misunderstandings and shows that you're complying with program rules. Always be truthful about your medical condition and limitations. Exaggerating or downplaying your symptoms can lead to inconsistencies and trigger further investigation. Honesty is the best policy when dealing with the SSA. Keep up to date with the current substantial gainful activity (SGA) limits. The SSA updates these amounts annually, and exceeding them can trigger a review. Knowing the limits helps you manage your work and income appropriately. Regular communication with your doctor ensures your medical records accurately reflect your condition. Discuss any changes in your health and make sure your doctor's notes are detailed and up to date. This documentation is vital during a review. It's important to know your rights during the review process. You have the right to appeal if your benefits are terminated or reduced. Understanding the appeals process and seeking help from an advocate or attorney can make a big difference if issues arise. If your benefits are stopped or reduced after a review, you have the right to appeal. File your appeal promptly and provide any additional evidence requested. The appeals process can be complex, so consider seeking assistance from a legal, professional, or advocacy group. Disability advocates and attorneys can help you navigate the review process, gather documentation, and represent you during appeals. Their expertise can be invaluable, especially if your case is complicated or you face challenges in communicating with the SSA. Always read and respond to letters or emails from the SSA. Missing important communications can lead to missed deadlines or misunderstandings. Set reminders to check your mail and email regularly so you never miss a critical update. Fraud accusations can arise if the SSA believes you've misrepresented your condition or work activity. Always provide truthful and accurate information. If you're unsure about what to report, consult with a professional to avoid unintentional mistakes. If you receive more benefits than you're entitled to, the SSA may demand repayment. Overpayments can occur if you fail to report changes or if errors are made in your case. Stay vigilant and review your benefit statements to catch any discrepancies early. If you notice an error in your records or benefit payments, contact the SSA immediately. Quick action can prevent bigger problems down the line and shows that you're proactive about maintaining your eligibility. Maintain a personal file with copies of all your SSA correspondence, medical records, and notes about your condition. This file will be invaluable if you ever need to respond to a review or appeal a decision. Consider using digital tools or apps to track your medical appointments, benefit payments, and communications with the SSA. Technology can help you stay organized and ensure you never miss a deadline or important update. Make sure your family members understand the importance of disability reviews and the need for accurate information. They may be contacted by the SSA or asked to provide statements, so keeping them informed helps prevent confusion. Joining a support group for people with disabilities can provide valuable advice and encouragement. Others who have gone through the review process can share tips and help you feel less alone during stressful times. Even after a successful review, it's wise to prepare for future ones. Keep your records updated, maintain regular medical care, and stay informed about SSA rules. Preparation now can save you stress and trouble later. Some common mistakes during disability reviews include missing deadlines, providing incomplete information, or failing to report changes. Avoid these pitfalls by staying organized, communicating clearly, and seeking help when needed. There are many resources available to help you with disability reviews, including legal aid organizations, advocacy groups, and online guides. Don't hesitate to reach out for support if you're unsure about any part of the process. Let's recap. Disability reviews are a normal part of receiving benefits. Triggers include medical improvement, work activity, inconsistent information, and more. Stay organized, keep your records updated, and respond promptly to SSA requests. Being proactive and honest is the best way to avoid problems. Facing a disability review can be stressful, but with preparation and the right information, you can navigate the process smoothly. Remember, you're not alone. Many people go through this, and there are resources to help. Stay positive, stay organized, and take things one step at a time. Wishing you the best as you manage your benefits and your health.